Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to talk about the new pads I'm using to resurface games. And what you might be thinking is that obviously I've used tons of pads, but these pads or this combination of pads is my new go-to. And I guess until further notice, I don't really see me switching. But I always do keep the eye out for other pads out there and things like that, just in case, you know, um, we have a situation like we had with the Bauer, I believe is how you pronounce them, the Bauer pads that I used to recommend. Those are pretty much gone now. You can't find them in Harbor Freight. They were replaced with the Grants pads, which some people like, some people don't. I've had pretty good results with them. I would say they weren't as good as the Bowers, but it kind of is what it is. We can't get those no more. So it's nice to have, maybe one, two, possibly even three options, in the holster, just in case you have to go to number two or number three. But with that being said, the new pads are right here, and these are actually, I don't really know how to pronounce it, not gonna lie. I guess I don't know how to pronounce anything when it comes to pads, but these are, I'm gonna call them the rupees, kind of like Zelda. Kind of perfect for a gaming type channel, I guess. Or roots, I guess could be pronounced roots as well. But for the polish, we're actually using the Rupees microfiber polishing pad. Uh, and like I said, that's going to be for our polish. And we're going to be using the Rupees coarse rotary waffle pad for the buff. I like the waffle pads because it helps disseminate the heat. Also helps obviously reduce heat buildup, disseminate the heat, reduce heat buildup, pretty much the same thing. Um, and these have actually been doing really good. I already have one installed in that machine, and I have this in this machine. Now you might be wondering why I'm using the microfiber, because I've been using foam pads this entire time. I actually went with the microfiber polishing pad because I was looking for something that could do the polish phase but also like leave the disc a little cleaner than what it does with the foam. One of the big things I hated with the foam polishing pads was that every time it finished, there was always like a lot of product left on the disc, and I would have to spray it, with the disc cleaning solution I have, wipe that off, and then follow up with another cloth behind it to kind of wipe off the residuals from that. So I was looking for a way maybe I could minimize how much, cleanup I had to do after I resurfaced the disc, and so far, these have actually been doing a good job. I'll show you guys my process for what I'm doing. It's actually the fastest since, well, it's way faster than any of the other processes that I've had. It's fast and it's actually really efficient. So I'll show you guys some of the results and hopefully it works for you as well. And you can decide if you want to try it out too. These pads, I forgot, I'll post a link down here to the website that I actually got these from. These actually came from Amazon. I want to say there was about 14 bucks a piece for this, and these were actually about $8 a piece from the website will be in the description. I can't remember off the top of my head, but these were about 8 a piece. I paid for two of them, and plus shipping, it was like a little over $22 or so. So not too bad. They do charge for shipping. It was like $8 just to ship. So, but get that out the way. Let's look at the discs we're going to be doing. We're going to do Far Cry 2 and we're going to do Lego Lord of the Rings, both Xbox 360 games. I guess first up, we will look at Far Cry 2. Let's see, we'll close that up. And you can see, let's see. Oh. How about I not drop the disc, huh? There we go. I think I got to show the front to get the camera to lock on. But you can see, I don't know why the focus is going crazy. Oops. But you can see, this disc definitely is full of scratches. There we go. I don't know what's going on with the autofocus all of a sudden. Never been that bad, or at least I've never noticed it if it is. Let's grab this. Put that on there. Oops. Tie that down. Going to use our 3D AAT 501 cutting compound for the buff stage. Again, same thing, about a dime to a nickel size amount on the pad. Some water, and we do 20 seconds. You can tell that it's running really good. Like, the machine's not shaking. It doesn't sound like it's off balance or anything like that. It's a nice smooth contact with the pad and the disc, so that's a good thing. That's one thing you want to always look out for when you are using a non-JFJ pad. All right, so that's done. Take this off. All right, so first, same thing. Let me turn this over so we can get some focus on it. And you can see, right now, obviously, you're going to see a little product on it and stuff like that. But you can already tell that it's, way better than where it started. And this is really just to kind of give us the foundation to build on. You want to get off as much damage as you can in the buff stage, and then just kind of finish it off, obviously, in the polish stage. So we're going to stick it over here on our JFJ that has the microfiber polishing pad. Put that there. One thing I changed is that I don't apply any of the ACA 520 that I use for my finishing polish. I actually don't use it at all. What I do is I just hit the disc with a couple sprays of water, let the residual from the disc stay on there, and do 10 seconds. I found that if you do 10 seconds, apply a little bit of water, that's enough residual polish or residual compound from this stage stays on the disc to where it doesn't damage the disc, but it kind of gives it just enough to do the polishing stage, as well as it leaves it pretty clean when it comes out of here. So I'll show you. Still same disc, but you can see, without wiping it, we got a little smudge over there, but you could tell that the disc comes out, really clean. Like, it's not like full of product like you would normally see. So basically what I'll do is I just grab, one of my little microfiber plush towels over here and just kind of give it a little boom like that. That should be good enough. It just really kind of shortens up your cleaning you have to do. Sorry, I actually bumped the camera. But you can see, the disc comes out really good. And it's just like, one, it's a night and day difference. Two, it's super quick. 20 seconds buff, 10-second polish, and you're only using like a dime to a nickel size amount of your compound. This one is like a step 1. It has actually a step 2 for this AAT 501. I believe it's AAT 502, but I found that this actually works as a good like 2-in-1. Like, basically I can use it here and still get a good polish out of it as well without having to use the other product. So it actually lets your product actually go even longer. So not only does the setup, work faster and cleaner, but you use less product. So it kind of saves you money every time you have to run your disc through this cycle. So let's get rid of this one, put it back in the case. And next up is Lord of the Rings. See here, Lord of the Rings. So we can get it to focus. It can. Hey, so you got some fingerprints, scratching all in it. All right. Let's go ahead, stick that up there. Put our little socket on there. Make sure I got it somewhat tight. Same thing. Put a dime to a nickel size amount. That, hit us with some water. 20 seconds. See, every disc I do with this new process, I just do 20 seconds. That buffing pad, that Rupees course pad, does a great job of like really giving you a good foundation. It gets out a lot of damage from the disc. There's some discs obviously you'll still have to sand, but this gives you like a really good finish. Or it gives you, I guess, a really good like a good cut, I guess, for lack of a better word, to be able to really minimize the amount of sanding you'll have to do. In same game, get it to focus. You can see here, if you ever see those little, you can see those little circles there, that's just due to the waffle pad. So it's not actually putting any impressions or anything in the disc. It's just, that's where it touched it at. It's almost like if your fingers touched it, it's just removing the product. So that's all that is. There's nothing wrong with the disc or anything like that. And it doesn't leave that on the disc. It just kind of put a circle there and the product is gone, if that makes sense. But anyway, let's go back to our polish stage there. Our water, 1, 2, 3. And 10 seconds. Same thing here. You can hear it runs super smooth. It sounds a little louder over here because obviously it's a coarse pad, so you get a little more contact, a little more friction than you would with your polish pad. Also, you've probably seen that. Those are pretty cool. So, trying to build out this room. I used to have a game room upstairs before we had the twins. Now all my game stuff has to come down to the office. So you guys may start seeing like a lot more collector's items down here than what you normally see. Let's see. All right. So again, same disc. See, you can see kind of still have like that one little area. If I can get it to focus again, good God. But again, the disc comes out, pretty clean. There we go. Let's go ahead and get our little cloth over here. There we go. Get the corners. And that should be it. Now, let's gotta do one more. Since this is a plush towel like that, a plush microfiber towel, you don't have to worry about it like damaging the disc. I see sometimes people be like, make sure you rub in a certain way, but it's a nice soft towel, so you don't really have to worry about that much. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Good God. But yeah, so you can see, really great results out of this, and it's super quick. I'm sorry this thing won't focus. I don't know what's going on. Apple needs to get their stuff together. But yeah, great results out of this. Super quick. You can really just run through discs like this. And again, like I said, you use less product, comes out cleaner, and you get great results. Like, that's why I said I don't really know where I could go from here. When it comes to pads, like, the only thing I could do is possibly just figure out another set that works really good in case for some reason Rupes goes out of business, or Rupes, which I doubt they will because they're like one of the premier pads for auto detailing. So I don't really see that these pads being, I guess, end of life or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, these should be around for a while, and they're a great option if you guys are looking for something outside of what JFJ offers or outside of other pads that I've recommended on the channel previously. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this one. Wanted to get this one out. Again, hope the pads work for you. Try them out if you're looking for something different than what you're using now, or if you're not completely happy with the results you're getting out of the current pads you're using. As always, thanks for supporting the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.